A veil of safety and
Time has no meaning here. Your pain will...
a mouse of my mind. Struggle of strangle. A veil of safety and security. Resist the assault!
I
Scurry, scurry. Stand still. A cascade of pain.
Caretaker, to me.
What is up, YouTube? My name is Loudy, and this is my take on the pure Spectre minion build using poison with the Spectre that is the perfect Serpent warrior. Alright, so let's get to the video. This is me from the future. Shout out to Dominated's channel. If you want to learn more about Spectres, every patch, go check out his channel. It's linked down below. So the reason why I love this Spectre is because of this interaction right here. So let me just go ahead and remove the skill gems. So as you can see, it looks very cool to begin with. You get to role play as Al-Hezmin, right? And then you have a bunch of Spectre warriors here, Serpent warriors I mean, and they shoot projectiles, they hit slams, they do melee. But the cool interaction with this one is if you change their aggressiveness and defensiveness. So if we put Feeding Frenzy, which makes our minions aggressive, they primarily use melee attacks, slam, stuff like that, right? So if we do a meat shield support, they will change their stance. See that? They change their stance like this one. Now what they're going to do is they're going to do purely projectiles. So each minion fires 2 projectiles, and they come in the form of mortars. So you know what that means, they overlap. So since we're running a poison build, we want as many projectiles as possible that can overlap. So we're putting in GMP and Greater Volley. So since they originally have 2 projectiles and we're adding 8, they now shoot 10 projectiles. So let's go take a look at that. Okay, that's a lot of projectiles, right? And if you go ahead and pause, I don't know if we're able to simulate that. I do see that we have 10 projectiles overlapping, or 8 or 9 maybe. So let's do that again. I think it's 9 or 8. So you could play around with Greater Volley or just Volley. Depends on your preference. But the even crazier part about this Spectre is that we can link it with multi-strike. It's a projectile, right? It's not supposed to work with each other, but it still works, guys. So see, we're effectively shooting 7 times 10 projectiles times So I'm sorry. So there are 10 projectiles times 7 minions, you get 70 projectiles. Now, if you add multi-strike, they now shoot twice. So that means you get 140 projectiles that hopefully overlaps on Ubers and big minions and the likes. So it's really crazy. And then you cap it off with minion damage support. Okay. So one of the issues here is, the damage is good, but since there's a lot of particle effects, it kind of gets laggy sometimes. Sometimes only. There you go. Okay, so that's the main skill gem. Let's go through our gear. So here's our gear right now. So we have a basic wand. It's very cheap. I bought it for 20C. This one is kind of expensive since it's kind of min-max and right up there. It's about 20 divines, but I'm sure you can get something cheaper with similar attributes. I did add an aspect of the spider here because I do want the added damage. And this is our build enabler, which is the Wraithlord. Gives you +2 all minion skill gems and, the Spectre thingy, right? I'm sure you all know that. And then we're running a replica Dragon Fang with that attunement. Stygian Vice at 92. We got another Bone Ring with similar stats. We got this one because we needed the Dex and we also needed the Chaos Res so that way we can survive Poison or Caustic Ground. Also, Runic Sabatons. The reason why we chose Runic Sabatons, I'll explain that a little bit later. But basically, we just wanted life, resist, chaos. And also the Svalinn shield. This is the reason why we're not running any evasion. We're not running any armor. Nothing. No suppression, nothing. The reason why is because this shield is OP. I'm telling you right now, this will be nerfed next league because it makes your chance to block lucky. So all that I did was try to cap off my block chance in my skill tree right here. So I have chance to block right there, chance to block right here, chance to block right here, and some on my jewels. And this shield right here. So we're now at, what's our block chance? We're now at 37 and 64. But if we add our bone offering, we go to 65 and 68. So what does that mean? Our chance to block is lucky. So if we go to POB, this is my POB right here. If we go to POB, our chance to block now is 88% and 90%. That means the only thing that can kill you is damage over time, or if you're standing on poison or on ignite or something. That's crazy good for the investment. And let's go take a look at trade right now and see how much is the shield. Let's go to Settlers and then Svalinn. It's only 25C. Guys, it's only 25C, 50C, doesn't matter, right? And it gives you immortality, basically. Not really. But yeah, right? So you're like a gladiator that runs around with minions. How cool is that? So that's the defensive side of things. I'm not running any defensive auras. All I have is Temper Shield, yes, because I want to cap my block. I have Aspect of the Spider, Malevolence, and then Haste. Also, the only thing that's keeping my regeneration is a little bit of life regeneration and primarily the leech coming from my Spectres. I'm not even running the instant leech node right here because I did some testing and I don't need it. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me go through the gear that I have again. So I'm even running a gold flask because I don't need any defenses. I need the quartz flask so that way I can pass through the enemies. I'm running a quicksilver flask and a chaos flask right here. And I have a large cluster with 12 slots for 35 increased effect, minion attack and cast speed with Call to Slaughter. I got Renewal and Feasting Fiends on my medium cluster, and Bodyguards and Renewal. The reason why I have Bodyguards is because since we're up close and personal with our enemies, you want to like push them away a little bit so that way they won't melee you. I have an Unending Hunger because the Soul Eater is okay, it's good, but we're mainly looking for the increased area of effect. Since we're firing mortars with our minions, we want to overlap the damage as much. So hopefully I'm overlapping 10, but I think we're only overlapping 6. I don't know. So that's why you have to play with Greater Volley or Volley. So that way you can min-max your damage. But basically, that's pretty much it. The leveling is very easy. You start off as a Zoomancer, and then when you get the Wraithlord helmet, which is very cheap, and also at the same time gives you access to it at level 33 or 35. So at level 35, you can instantly switch to this minion. Just make sure you have meat shield support ready and minion life, so that way it won't die, because at that low level, the minion might die. Okay? Also, again, it's very easy to level up. All that you need to do is run around and everything will be hit by the Spectre. I guess I did it around 4 or 6 hours from level 1 to Kitava. So it's fairly easy. Let me go ahead and run a map for you guys actually. I can do that here. Okay. Let's go to our hideout. Okay, let's go to our hideout, guys. Okay, there you go. So this is our hideout. Let's go ahead and do a quick map run. What's a good map? So, okay, yeah. Let's do a defiled cathedral because that's what the big boys are doing right now. So, okay, not a bad map. So let me go ahead and show you how it looks like when you're mapping. I also have a mapping video later on, or in my other videos, but this is pretty much how it would look like when you're mapping. But the good thing here is we don't need predator support. The reason for that is because anything or any enemy that you are standing beside, they will hit, because we have it linked with meat shield support. They're always going to prioritize the enemy that's beside you. So I just go forward and lead the charge, and the projectiles will follow. See that? I don't even have to like go there anymore. So okay, let's try to get to the boss and stuff. So I from time to time you can cast Despair, so that way you can lower down their chaos res and do more damage and stuff. What is that? Okay. And here's the mapping scenario. I hate this boss because it has a one shot, but basically that's pretty much it. It's really cool. I hope you guys like it. If you made it to this part of the video, I really appreciate you. If you can, please like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps a lot. This is my second build that I personally made myself, so I'm kind of proud of it. And no one's making use of this Spectre that I know of. Everyone's using the cold crit Spectres, which I think is, leaps and bounds better than this. But for the budget that we have and for the things that it can do for you, I think this is a competitor. I think this is something that you can try to do, especially when you're tired of cold crit Spectres. The one that Gazi, some of the other minion guys are doing. This is a great alternative. It's kind of hipster, so that's style points for everybody, right? But yeah, it's pretty much it. It's very tanky. It has high damage. You can take a look at the video later or after, depending on where I put it. But yeah, this is pretty much it. Thank you so much, and hope to see you on the next video.